What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day as always. Today we're going to go over some budget mods for the SCX24 that are 100% worth it in my opinion. These are all mods that I have installed on my personal vehicle, and all of the parts we go over today will be linked down below in the description. Before we get too far into the video though, I do want to let you guys know we're still giving away an SCX24 at 10,000 subscribers. All you have to do to enter is follow these two steps here. So you have to like the video and comment done down below in the comments. Now, as far as YouTube's terms of service, I can't ask you guys to subscribe for the giveaway. However, we do appreciate all the subscriptions. It helps us a ton. It helps grow the channel and helps us bring cooler content to you guys. I have been asked a couple times how you guys can support the channel if you want to. Now, don't feel like you have to at all. I appreciate you guys just watching the videos, interacting with you guys. I enjoy making these types of videos. But if you did want to support the channel a little bit more, we do have our new YouTube memberships available. There's two tiers. There's a cheaper tier and a little bit more expensive tier, and you get some pretty cool perks with that. With all that being said though, let's get into today's video. Now, the first one we're going to go over is a big one, and it's one that I definitely recommend to all my friends who get into this hobby, and that's the Meus Racing MB24 chassis. Comes with a low center of gravity chassis as well as a body and lights. Depending on the color and finish that you select, it's $34 to $38, so that's a lot of value for not much expense. Some chassis you can buy can be much more than that, and this one comes with a body and lights as well. And the body is not just some cheap Lexan body, it actually comes with a cage inside and everything like that. In my opinion, it's one of the best value buys you can have if you're trying to build more capable SCX24s. Next up on the list, we're going brushless. So that's with the GoupRC. It comes with the motor, transmission, and ESC. And this thing is super cheap. I just did a video on it actually, so if you want more information on it, I will link that down below as well. But like I said, you get the motor, so you get a brushless motor, the transmission, and the ESC, all for $34 to $36 depending on where you buy it from. It's available on AliExpress and Amazon, but the Amazon listing is actually the same price as AliExpress now, and you get it much quicker. So that's the link I'll have down below for you guys to check out. But it's a super smooth, pretty quiet brushless setup, and for the price, you can't really beat it. For most motor setups, even brushed, you're going to be around $30 anyway, so this is a really good buy. It's also tunable, so I'll have a video on that coming out shortly once I get mine fully set up perfectly, but you can tune these setups, so that's really nice as well. Now, the next mod is the best kind of mod. It's a free one. So for example, I have one on this setup. It's a rubber band limit strap. This thing might sound stupid if you don't have a limit strap, but let me tell you what, it makes the biggest difference when you're doing uphills or side hills or anything like that. I would add a rubber band to your setup. Next up on the list is actually a mod that we've went over in one of my most recent videos, and that is these tires off of AliExpress. Now, there is junk tires on AliExpress, so definitely watch reviews before you buy it. However, there's also some really good ones. So these were $2, and these things keep up with some of the most expensive tires I have in my collection. That's also not saying that some of these other more expensive tires are worth the money. They're much nicer, and you're also supporting like US-based companies and all of those kind of things. But for a couple bucks, if you're looking to build the ultimate budget SCX24, I would look on AliExpress, watch some reviews. I'll link the video I did on those tires down below in the description for you guys to check out. I'll also link the listing that I got them from. Now, if you guys shop on AliExpress, you know the prices change all the time. So I paid $2. I went back and looked. They're $4, then they were $8 a different time. They're back to $2. So I can't guarantee the price they're going to be. But if they're under 10, I would say that they're a pretty decent pickup. But like I said in the video on those tires, you have to swap out the foams. The foams that came in those are rock solid. They're not going to be capable at all. I would definitely swap them out. We swapped in a softer foam, and this thing climbs amazingly. But if it had the stiff foams in it, it really wouldn't be able to do as good of a job because the tires wouldn't flex as much. So I would definitely recommend picking up some foams if you do pick up those tires and you don't have any laying around. Now, this next one is going to be a little controversial. It depends on who you ask, but there's all kinds of servos you can run on these things. For example, this one's got a Reefs 99 Micro. Not really a budget-friendly option, but there is some good budget servos out there that I've tested myself. And one of my favorites is the EMax servo. They're about 20 bucks on Amazon, and they last quite a while. Now, they're not some bulletproof setup. It also depends on how much your rig weighs to whether it's going to burn out or not. Some people burn them out, but some people also throw them on crazy heavy rigs. So it all depends on your specific setup. If it's not too heavy, I recommend an EMax servo. I'll link them down below for you guys to check out. I have them on a couple of my smaller, lighter rigs, and they've done just fine. I have burnt a couple out, but they've also lasted quite a few months. So for 20 bucks, I feel like you can't really beat that. And if you're trying to go crawling on a budget, it might be the option for you. You can also buy multiple packs of them. So you can buy like a 2-pack, a 4-pack, and save a little bit of money there. This next one is less of a budget mod as far as how much it actually costs. However, the value you get for the price, I think this is the biggest change I've made to this rig specifically, and it's these metal Isokinetic Axles. So you get crazy steering radius on these things. They also added so much weight down low that it lowered the center of gravity, and it made my rig so much more capable. So they are a little bit more expensive, coming in at around $90 for the metal ones, and I believe you can get like the ABS plastic one or whatever they're made out of for, I think it's like 50 to 60 bucks, somewhere in that range for the front and rear. They're also a bit wider, so they also help, you know, keep you planted when you're on side hills and all of those type of things. But as far as making a big change in my setup, these things have made the biggest difference out of all the parts I've installed. So like I said, they're not necessarily a cheap upgrade. However, the value you get for installing them, you get a ton, and it makes your rig a totally different setup. Next on my list is going to be cheap brass. So you can go on AliExpress, Amazon, you can find cheap diff covers, you can find pretty much anything in brass for this. I would get axle parts in brass though. Anything that's not really on the axle, that's not unsprung weight, isn't really going to help too much. Just gonna make your rig heavy. But I always picked up the cheapest brass I could find on Amazon, and it's never really done me wrong. There's a couple fitment issues every once in a while, but if you have a Dremel or some kind of file or something, it's very easy to get it to fit. And then if you're going for looks, brass wheels that look good, and if you're just going for the best capabilities for a budget, this is the cheapest brass wheels you can get. They add so much weight down low. These are Endura brass wheels. I'll have these linked below because I do like them, and they've done amazing for me. But brass wheels make a big difference as well. When you pair those brass wheels with these heavier metal axles, this thing has so much weight down low, unsprung weight, that it's pretty hard to flip over. Now, if you pair all those mods together, this is basically what you're left with, and this is a pretty solid budget build in my opinion. Total value, I'm probably in this under $200, and this thing crawls amazingly. Now, I am curious to hear, do you guys think I missed any budget upgrades, or if there's any that you would add to the list? Comment them down below so everybody else can hear them as well. I'm sure it'll help somebody watching this video at some point in time. Like I said, all the products we went over in today's video will be linked down below in the description if you guys want to check them out for yourselves. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.